Now, growing up in O Block, we've all heard the stories, the wild stories, and everything that happens, and all the street stuff, But one of the famous guys to, I don't want to say he came out of there, but came out of your area and was hanging in O Block a lot was Little Reese. And I believe you had a story about Little Reese when you were growing up over there with him.
Yeah, Lil Reese. One of the stories that you probably talking about the funny story. Well, it ain't funny to the dude who it happened to. But, oh yeah. Okay, because I'm just thinking about, like, cause how many stories I did on my platform about Reese, and I think it was only one. But I believe you referring to the story, man. It was a day that we were all just standing out on the block, man. We're standing on the front of the block, and there was a random dude who was walking past. And man, that's just the laws that, be established in the hood. So like if a dude walking past, niggas just like, man, who are you? And Reese, I remember, bro, like, cause nobody else was thinking about him. I could tell cause we ain't say nothing. It's like random dudes walk past all the time, like let them walk past. But he was walking past and Reese stopped him. Hey, check it out. I remember dude, he looking like, he looking like me? Yeah, nigga, you check it out. So he walked on the block, and I'm just in my head like, boy, you should have kept going, cause I just know how shit could go. Like we don't all the time get down on nobody in the worst way, but like, man, people make fun out of just smacking somebody around knowing they ain't gonna do nothing, and so you never just know what you might get into just being around, like just. I didn't know what we was gonna be getting into having him come on the block. But anyway, so he come over there, he walk over there, man, and Reese show him a gun. And I was kind of like, I wasn't amazed, but this was the first time I ever seen somebody like had a gun, and the way he had his, he had a belt on. And he ain't have a holster, but his belt was holding his gun in some weird way that I never saw. And so, like, he lifted his shirt up, and I was like, nigga, hold up, like, what are you doing? You feel me? I know this nigga ain't got no police holster or nothing like that. So, but I look, and then he had his gun right there, and then he's basically, like, robbing dude. He was telling dude, like, nigga, I need all that. And dude was like, man, I'm just trying to go get some weed, bro. He like, nigga, I don't care, nigga, like, I need all that. He ain't show him the gun until he told him, like, nigga, I need all that. And so dude just went in his pocket. I don't even know why, but he had, maybe folks saw he had some type of, like, 3D scanner in the eye, cause this nigga had some money for real. I don't know how Reese knew, but the nigga had a wad of cash in his pocket, man, and he gave it all up. He gave it all up to him cause he had a gun. And then he just sent folks right on his way. And then I'm just in my head, like, just thinking about Reese, like, cause we even before he used to come on the block and hang around us a lot, we used to hear a lot of stories about Reese. We used to, even me, cause I'm younger, you feel me? And I know like Duke and all them, like they went to school with Reese and stuff like that. But for us younger, a lot of us that was coming up younger, like, yeah, we know a little bit about Reese. We started to really grow close with him when he was on the block every day coming around, and he ain't really started doing that till I was like 15, you feel me? And but yeah, that was one, I ain't never seen nobody tuck their gun in their belt like that, so niggas started doing that afterward. But yeah, he robbed that dude, man. All that dude was doing, he said he's trying to go get him some weed, man. Walking past the block, got everything he had in his pocket took. But yeah, Reese is crazy though. He one of them people though, honestly, like, you could look, like, when I used to look him in his eyes, like, you know how they always say, like, the souls is to the eyes is the windows to the soul? But man, looking at Lil Reese's eyes, bro, like, I see, and I never really see that with too many people, but you just see just, like, darkness, nigga. Like, I remember that from him, just, like, looking into his eyes, and how I ain't saying that there's no human part to him, because I know there's a human aspect to him, but man, just looking in his eyes for real, man, it was just something, I don't like to be, but it was just something kind of sinister to, like, how dark, like, that nigga eyes was, fool. And that, man, niggas just get stuck into those, like, and just living inside themselves, just a dark place, like, you feel me? And that's what I think about that, was that he was stuck in a dark place in that time, just maybe the things he seen, what he done been through. And because how he got his name, like we all know how niggas get names, and niggas don't get names just for the most niggas. Cause I know some niggas from the block, they got a name, but they just got a name because they just was around like all the time, and then they forced a name, and you know, but they wasn't actually out there living. And you know, God, what's the way? Y'all willing, not y'all willing, but luckily they wasn't out there, cause obviously you don't need. You know, you might want to fake it, but the sad thing about faking it, and then you kind of make it niggas actually do end up killing somebody, you feel me? Because that's where I was going with that. Many people, they don't take lives, or they don't even aspire to take lives. You know, they just play the internet game, and they get notoriety through that, or maybe they start rapping and get notoriety through that. But yeah, Reese is different though, for sure. He different. Him and Fredo was for sure different. That was another thing about Fredo though. When I first seen that nigga too, you know, kind of like another story within that. It ain't a long story, but he just looked damn so crazy. And I don't know if it was a look that he wanted. So, you know, we get those ways where pretty much it's a defensive mechanism where a nigga wants you to think he crazy, so you won't approach him with no BS, you feel me? And so I understand that, but yeah, Fredo, he was another one. Not that his eyes was as dark as Reese, never, but he just used to always, like, the nigga just used to look crazy, and he, you know, had all those tattoos on him, tattoos on his face, all over his body and stuff like that, but yeah, man.
What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon, so hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.